That right there with the O on top. The O sounds good. And that's it.
Okay.
Teasy.
Okay, so let's start with a word of prayer, and then let's go over our the alphabet and the numbers.
Thank you.
Huh?
Go right to me. Yeah, sir.
Thank you.
This is the numbers. We can use this paper. When people who say the numbers, do they say it masculine or feminine? Does it matter?
Well, normally they say the feminine set for just counting, but
Good.
if you're describing a masculine noun, then you can use, your adjective has to agree with the noun, right?
Right.
It's like the verb has to agree with the noun.
Okay.
So if you're doing that, then that's what you're gonna use. You're gonna
Right.
use the one that's the gender agreement.
Okay.
But just for counting,
Just for counting.
a lot of times, the ones that are, that's why, if you notice, there's bold print on the card,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Yeah.
So the bold print, starting with the ordinals, I made those bold because those are used in the names of the days of the week,
Oh.
okay? Notice the one that's not is Shabbat, because Shavuot we don't use. We use Shabbat. You could use Shavuot, but people would look at you funny and go, why are you saying, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then the feminine ones are in bold because that's typically what will count.
Oh, okay.
Hat, Stein, Shlosh, Arba, Mesh, okay? So, and then the masculine ones, I made the bold on 3 through 10 to just let you know that that's the major change. Some of them, the vowel changes a little bit. It either shortens or it becomes an E or a Shabbat. And so shortens up the vowel and gives it an at the end, which almost sounds feminine, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it's for a masculine form of the number for count, okay? So that'll be more. You'll get more used to that. That's kind of second nature. We do similar things in English. We just don't think about it. We don't have the gender issue with English. Spanish and French do. So you tell them, they go, "Ooh, that's obvious," Yeah. They're used to thinking of things as la or le or el or blah, but so it's a little more awkward for the English speaker to do the gender side, but we'll get to that. Any other? Did that answer your question on that?
Yeah, that was wonderful. I didn't know
Yeah.
that, especially I had noticed the AH, what you were doing there, but but I didn't know which one was the counting, and I didn't know that the other ones were days of the week.
Thank you.
That's neat.
Yep. Okay. Does everybody have a set? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's start with a word of prayer. Abba Shemayim, we come before you humbly asking that you give us your wisdom and your insight into learning the things that we're looking at today, including the language Ivrit, Hebrew, Lashon HaKodesh, the Holy Tongue. As we just look at a few things in the first couple of verses of Balak is, and then we go and to the normal service and just guide our ways today and that it glorify you and as we seek you. Watch over Rabbi as he's traveling and doing things today elsewhere, and just give us shalom and guide Rabbi Eric as he gives us the word. We ask all these things in the name of Yeshua, HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, your Son. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So let's do the Aleph Beit. 5 letters at a time with a slight pause, and we'll start on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Hey. Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud. Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech. Ayin, Pei, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tau.
And the 5 vowels. A, E, O, U. Okay? So let's practice the ordinal numbers.
Do you have any more of the alphabet paper?
Sorry?
The ones you just quoted, do you have any more of those papers?
The alphabet?
The alphabet, Hebrew alphabet, do you have any more?
What are you asking? The basic,
Yeah.
basic set?
Yeah, do they have the basic set?
Yeah, why? Did you not bring it?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, well, we're going to go over the numbers right now.
Oh, okay.
Do-
No, that's okay.
So, you guys, most of you have a notebook, but make a notebook, put all of your handouts in one notebook, and then bring it with you every week. Because otherwise, if we hand out a new packet to you every week, or even 2 or 3 times a year, it just raises our printing costs. Makes it very hard to keep it going. So some of that is the synagogue, but there's a lot of it that the synagogue doesn't even. It would cover, but we don't ask. So Rabbi just picks it up, or I just pick it up, or whoever does the printing. So understand that it doesn't always come out of the tithes. It comes out of people's pockets.
I'm just going to borrow it. I was just going to borrow for the day.
Well, it's up here, okay? But if you need it, ask for it ahead of time,
Okay.
okay? I don't want to lecture, but in the middle of where we're going,
Okay.
okay? So you have your card for the numbers?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
Is this it?
Yes. So let's read through the ordinals. Similarly to the way we do the Aleph Beit, we'll do them 5 at a time. First set, second set, right? Rishon, Shnei, Shlishi, Revi'i, Chamishi, Shishi, Shevi'i, Shmini, Tishi, Asri. Okay?
Can we say that again? I don't say them right.
Okay? Rishon.
Rishon.
Okay. So, everybody together. Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi, Revi'i, Chamishi, Shishi, Shevi'i, Shmini, Tishri, Ashi. Asiri.
What's the very last one?
Asiri. Asiri.
Asiri? Asiri.
Oh, sorry?
A lot of people.
Isn't that Asiri?
Yes.
Asiri.
Asiri.
Tishri. There's a
Huh?
mark though.
And and it's IEI.
Not really.
Tishri. Tishri.
A lot of when you look at the transliterations, okay, they have variations in them, okay, but sometimes that's accent, sometimes it's just they're trying to help you imagine how the word sounds. So you'll see when we have an A for an A sound, sometimes the transliterations, if they're non-standard, will write EI because it's like neighbor and way as an A. But it's more confusing for me when I see the transliterations that don't follow a standardized approach. Okay? And where you'll see that is a lot of things that are online or sometimes printed material where they're trying to help somebody pronounce the word who has not studied Hebrew. Okay, that's what they're thinking. However, when we studied the Hebrew and we have a standardized transliteration, then we leave that behind because now we're not used to seeing the syllables constructed a certain way. That make sense? Okay. So, one of the things I wanted to go over was the vowel pointing, and most of you have done this some before, but you can tell me what that is. Okay. Is the sound. The consonant is an aleph. By itself, it's no sound, but it has the sound of the vowel that it carries. Okay. This is Who knows the name of the vowel? No, the consonant's aleph. The vowel is a sere. Sere. Right? So this is sere. Okay. And when we write it in transliteration, it's an E. The letter E in our transliteration is an English letter. This is sere. Okay? This is a This is a two-part. It's what's called a kamatz yud. Okay. This is the kamatz, the little T. Obviously, that's the yud. So it's an A-E, and you kind of give it a diphthong together. I. Okay. So this is the way we would get the sound I, but it would be spelled in transliteration as an A-I. Okay.
What was the first one you showed?
Sorry. No, these aren't in our cards. These are in different areas of the original training aids, but I wanted to show. Okay, so here we have another two-part. It's a tsere A. Okay, it's a longer and it would be transliterated as an EH. Okay? Okay? Same sound as a tsere. Okay? But you think the H in your head makes it a little bit longer, right? Ooh. Right? Curse on the side. Ooh. Okay? That's how we remember. We have a dot in the air, a dot on the side. This is a dot on the side. Now, this is your shruk, your vav, okay? And that gives you your ooh sound. And it's transliterated in our standardized transliteration as a U. You'll see it sometimes written as a double O. If they're trying to help you come up with the sound, that's what they'll use.
The ooh sound or oh sound?
Huh? Sorry?
The one you showed me before.
Ooh. Okay. Either U, that's the way we typically write it, standardized, or double O if you're using something that's trying to force it. Now this, that was the last card. This is another double. Okay. It's a Hrik Yud. Okay. The Hrik is the dot, like the dot on an I, but it's underneath the olive, and it gives it an E sound but we would transliterate it as the letter I, pronounced E. And the Yud lengthens it, doesn't change it because it's still an I sound, E. So it's E, 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 E. Right?
E.
Well, I exaggerated it, but don't, just understand it's long. E. Okay? Is another double. It's the Tsere Yud. Okay? Now this one, similar to the I, this is A. Okay? And it's a diphthong again. It's Tsere is the E, followed by the Yud, which is an E. So E, E, A. Okay? You see how that works? Okay? A. Transliterated as E-I. Okay? For an A sound like a neighboring way. A. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now this is the kamatz hey. Okay? And it's ah. A-H in transliteration. Ah. A little bit longer than just the kamatz by itself. And you would just think the H, you don't actually huh. There's very few times where you'll pronounce the H at the end of the word, but occasionally we will. Okay?
O.
E.
Okay? Oh. Now, this is like in the name Moshe, where you see the O, but there's no Vav. Okay? This is the column dot above, should be like just a little bit over, but it's right at the edge of the aleph.
What sound is this one?
Oh. 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 Okay? Okay. This is the kamatz by itself. Remember, kamatz is the T. It's ah. It's transliterated as an A, and it's just ah by itself.
And it sounds A.
Transliterated A, but the sound is ah. Okay?
E.
Yes, the hirik.
E.
Again. Okay? It's the I transliterated as an I letter, but the sound is E.
E.
E. Hirik. Okay?
What was that one? E.
Oh. That one. Who recognized that one?
Picky one, no?
Real quick,
Okay. Well, we see the patah, but we see the shava next to it, right? So the shava is chatef, okay? But it shortens the patah. So think of it like a half patah.
Does it cut it in half?
Yeah, it shortens it.
Yes.
Okay. The length may not be exactly half, but that's what I think of it as the half patah. Okay. So the patah gives us the sound again, like the kamatz. Okay. But when we add the chatef next to it, the shava that looks like a shava, it says shorten it up. Okay. So it's instead of ah. Okay. Right? Okay, this, everybody recognize the segol, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right? If you have a lot of dots, it's probably an like eggs. Right? That's what Robert teaches us. So segol. And that is the 3 dots in a triangle pattern. The 2 dots by itself is seri, the 3 dots is segol, but they both have the sound. Okay? The 2 dots is Again, same sound, little longer. Okay, Segol is medium length, Sari is long. Okay. The shortest Vav. This is the Shiva. It can either be a Shiva Nach, rest, or a Shiva Na, spoken. With the Aleph, it's a Shiva Na, spoken. Okay? And by itself. So this would be the Eh. Very short, just Eh by itself, like a grunt almost. When you see it often in the middle of a word, it'll bring it to a glottal stop, and then it'll be your syllable break. It won't actually have a breath, it'll be a stop of a breath. Okay? Oh, and Shiva. Remember that one, you gotta know the name of it because it's common, Shiva. Okay. We have the one with the dot on the side. This is the dot on top. Look up in the sky. What is that? That's it's Kolon Vav. Okay. And it's transliterated as an O. And sometimes when they write it out to help you, they'll give it an OH because we say O when we see OH. But really, it's O. Okay. But O.
Can you pronounce that one?
O?
That one.
Yeah, O.
Oh,
O. Yeah.
thank you. Trying to
No problem. Okay, this is an oddball one. We see it occasionally. 3 dots at kind of a 45-degree angle.
Ooh.
It's called a kibbutz, and it's a oo sound. Okay? It's spelled, the kibbutz is with a Q, and it's an oo, U, it's transliterated as a U letter with an oo sound. Okay, so very similar to the Vav Shrut with the dot on the side. Okay. In fact, in defective writing, you will see this replace the Vav. And what that is remember Rabbi was talking about the melee form, which is the full, versus the defective, or the one where the Vav drops out. When they're trying to emphasize something about the word, usually it has to do with holiness or connectedness to God, they'll spell the melee form. It'll be fully spelled out with the Vavs in it. If they're not trying to emphasize that, if they're just saying a common or something, then they can spell it with no Vavs in it. And we'll see that like in Toldot, where it can be spelled with 2 Vavs, or 1 Vav, or no Vavs. Okay? So we refer to that as defective writing. It's a bit advanced for what we're doing right now, but just know that you can have the full spelling with the Vav Shrut, or you can remove it. Well, it's not what we do, it's what we see the scribes do. As we're reading it, you'll see it with the Vav removed, but it usually signifies a lowering of the level, okay, of something, of what you're reading. I hope that didn't confuse you too much for those of you new. Okay. So this is the patah that we talked about with the shavah next to it. This is without the shavah. It's patah by itself. And it's an ah transliterated with the letter A. Okay?
What was that bottom thing on there?
The top. So when we look at it and we see lines, okay, like the straight line or the small T or the line with the ducks, time to go? Okay, I have 2 more. We'll just do these real quick. Okay, just like the patah, this is the kamatz with the chatef next to it. But this doesn't give us the ah sound. This gives us the o sound. It's a exception, okay? And it's not used very often, but understand. You see the kamatz sometimes giving you an o sound, like in kol. It's a kamatz. You would think it would be kol, but it's kol. So this is a half kamatz, but it's the o instead of the a. And finally, this is the segul with the hatef, or what looks like the shema next to it. So it's a hasul, right? Just Okay. So
Wait, let me see the last one.
So you got the 3 dots in the downward triangle with the 2 dots next to it for 5, but it's a specific pattern. Okay? All right, so closing the word of prayer.
Oh, shoot.
Aminu
I
Kino.
get lost. Sorry.
We're gonna close in a word of prayer. So we gotta go. Aminu Kino, Father King. We thank you for this time to study a little bit about your word, the vowel pointings, and we just ask that you be glorified in all that we do today as we go forth into the main service. All right? And we say this in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Very good.